Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to 2020 Spring LCK. I'm Atlas. We're here for the final series of the night. My brain is obviously broken. I am joined once again by Wadid. Welcome back, my friend. How you feeling?
Hey, I'm great. And finally, we are casting Griffin versus DragonX, which is so hype.
I know.
So hype.
I mean, there's so many stories.
Yeah.
Which story do we want to talk about first? Is it CV Max switching sides? Is it half the players switching sides? Like, what is it? What do we want to talk about?
Maybe English viewers might not know about my story between Pyoshik and me, because
Oh, please do tell.
yeah, I mean, on YouTube and a lot of different contents, I literally said Pyoshik is the most overrated player on top 5 teams.
Oh my goodness.
And he heard about it, and he literally cried about it. So, yeah, I mean, I just want to see more from him, because if he plays good, then DRX can actually win a lot of games, right? And they can be really stronger. So that's why I said that. And this game, for sure, they really need to bounce back.
Yeah, well, we'll see whether they can here, because their last performance was not a great one. Up against T1. They lost to Hanwha before that as well, so it's not exactly a lot of good things going on here for DRX. But Griffin should be an easier matchup for them. They were able to take down Griffin 2-0 pretty comfortably back on the 1st of March, about a month ago now since these two teams faced. But having a look at the points of the match, both teams have dropped matches so far. And Hoya coming in instead of Sword. So last time, it felt like DragonX just really wanted to kill Sword as many times as possible. That's what the game felt like. It was just Doran chasing Sword around the map, trying to kill him. Now, we might have Doran with his head screwed on a little bit better instead of just lusting for blood. As we have a look at the team stats, and definitely things looking a lot better for DragonX, and that damage per minute stat is what I want to focus on, because DragonX have been very aggressive with their playstyle.
I mean, most of the analysts were talking about DRX is going to be really great at round 2 either. But
yeah, that's what I thought.
But yeah, we don't know why they're struggling right now. Still, they're on the 3rd place, but we were expecting DRX to compete against 1st place, like Genji, or 2nd place T1. But they are falling from the top teams right now.
They are.
So we'll see what's going to happen today, because today they really need to win Griffin to get back in their form right now.
Yeah, and they also want to beat Griffin because they want revenge on their former teammates, all this sort of stuff. So Viper and Tarzan, of course, were on the original Griffin roster, but now you've got Doran moving on over to DRX, who they're facing, and Chovy in the mid lane there as well. So a lot of switcheroos, and Hoya in there instead of Sword is going to be the one change here for Griffin, moving into this series in comparison to their previous one, which was a 2-0 in favor of this team right here. Doran, Pyoshik, Chovy, Deft, and Carrier are going to be your DRX lineup, as you would assume. This is a squad that doesn't really like changing up their roster too much. And let's just see how they perform. I really want a better performance out of Doran, because he looked pretty terrible yesterday, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, in general, all of 5 players, I couldn't actually say good things about them, because all 5 players, in my opinion, they played really bad compared to round 1. And yeah, they have a lot of issues right now, like inside of the game and also at the same time outside of the game. So they just need to focus on the game. Game matters.
Yeah.
Other thing doesn't matter. If you play good, they don't care. So they just need to perform well. And yeah, this is the key players we can see right now.
Yeah, Tarzan versus Pyoshik is going to be our key matchup here. Pyoshik wanting to try and at least earn back Wadid's favor after, you know, he realized that he was maybe a little bit overrated, but hopefully it is going to be all right. I don't know. I think Pyoshik had a bit of a rough start in their last series, and I'm looking forward to a bounce back. Maybe even looking forward to a Kindred pick, because of course that is who is named after.
Yeah, maybe. And also Tarzan, he's playing against Chovy, which is his ex-girlfriend or something. Ex-partner, I would say.
Ex-partner, yeah.
So I think he really wants to prove that he is not the one who got carried by Chovy. He's the one carrying the team, you know. So this game matters a lot for the team and the players, I feel like.
Yeah, I think as like mentally as well, and for momentum moving into their next series, like I don't think this matchup doesn't necessarily hold as much weight as just a pure we need to beat this team to have more points. I think this is mainly going to be for pushing DragonX into an upward trajectory, right? To like try and get themselves a few wins in the bag because they need to do better in round 2. These 2 losses are not good enough.
So, yeah, I mean T1 showed how to play against DRX. Just ban their comfort champions like Zoe, Olaf, and those kind of champion.
Yep.
So
and so far they're doing it. As Zoe and Olaf have been banned away by Griffin. Look at that. We did the profit. I love it. Senna taken off the board, and DragonX thinking about their next ban. I think Senna, Aphelios, and Callista are likely to come in here, unless they want to ban Ornn as the last option.
Actually, Hoya played really well on the Lucian, so I was gonna say I just want to see Callista on Hoya, but he just banned it.
Yeah, not going to be happening this time, as DragonX probably going to ban either Set or the Ornn.
Varus?
I would assume Ornn. Oh, Varus is another option. Yeah, haven't seen it banned on red side, yeah, but they might have to do it here.
And also Azir. Actually, I think Griffin's mid laner, Yukol is not playing that well on Azir, so maybe they're not taking care about that much. So what's the answer?
I guess Ornn should probably be coming in, unless Griffin decide to go for Set instead. And Irove was a great support Set. So they are going to lock that one away.
Oh yeah, that's true. He played really well on set support, and also DRX can just answer it Ornn and Varus really simply. If they think Varus is good enough to pick it up at first or second. Wow.
Yeah, look at that. You're just knocking it out of the park so far.
Oh my gosh, man.
100% predictions, just ridiculous. As Viper goes back to his favorite Kai'Sa, and Yuka locks away the Rumble for most likely himself, I would assume.
Yeah, it should be, because mid Rumble affects a lot for their bot lane, especially when it comes to bot type as foreman. And this is classic bot lane with Varus Braum. But last time Keria played the Braum, it didn't look that great, because he was just camping in the bot side. And what we expect from Keria is just move around the map and making some plays and help Pyoshik out and try to make their top side ahead. And last game when he played Braum, he didn't do anything, literally.
Yeah.
In lane, he just got
We actually thought the Braum pick was really weird in that draft, because it would have been great to pair, I think it was, what was it, Caitlyn with the Braum or something like that?
Oh my gosh.
I think it would have been better. Yeah, it would have been great to pair it with a caster support, right? So they could smash the lane. But unfortunately, they weren't able to do that. So they lock away the Braum. Braum Varus is very standard. This is a favorite of the Afrika Freaks. They love getting anything with an arrow and pairing it with the Braum, as our junglers are being banned away left, right, and center.
I mean, I can understand this combo. Varus Braum, they are really like iconic duo. But last time when they picked Caitlyn with the Braum, I really couldn't understand why they picked the Braum with the Caitlyn, you know?
Yeah, I was really confused as well.
Yeah, but this time, it's understandable. It's good combo, good late game, good mid game. Even in early game, when you hit the level 6, it's really strong. So, yeah, they just banned Azir and Rek'Sai.
And next ban, we'll see what Griffin does decide to do. It could be more junglers. I think Jarvan should be the ban here on Griffin's side. Otherwise, it's a very easy lock-in here for Pyoshik. That would be where I assume they would go.
Or they might just pick Kindred.
Oh, Kindred, okay. Wow. I think DragonX have to pick Jarvan. Otherwise, they give over the Rumble Jarvan combo.
Oh, the prediction.
Oh, there we go. See, I can do it too.
You're great.
Yeah, you were just you were challenging me there, so I had to get one in.
I like it. Well,
yeah. Well, we move over to Griffin's side, and what are they going to do to round out this composition? And what are they looking for is the question, because we're expecting the Set and Kai'Sa to be bottom lane, and so now I guess jungle top laner could be their option.
they don't need to pick weird things already, because they already got 3 great champions like Zed, Kai'Sa, and Rumble. So they just need to end up with decent champions like Aatrox, which is great blind pick on the top side. And also, Lee Sin is great. Maybe we are not seeing him a lot because of the Sejuani and Jarvan being meta, but yeah, Tarzan just picked it.
Yeah, and the Aatrox once again, please, can you explain this obsession with Aatrox into Ornn? Because, like, we've seen it over and over again. Aatrox just straight up loses to Ornn. He's just not as good. So, like, when you've got so many other options, like Camille could be picked up, Fiora, like, some of these, like, side lane bullies that can really force, like, a 4-1 that Ornn can't deal with, like, and instead it's Aatrox? Like, I don't know. I feel like you build a Bramble Vest and he's useless.
I think you think about more in Teamfight being useless, because normally when you think about Ornn, you cannot be useful than Ornn in Teamfight, right? But I think Aatrox is one of the best team fighter when you can get on the top side. So probably that's why you get it. And you don't think about the lane that much, because it's still great to have free farm with Aatrox, and Ornn is not that great pressure lane on the top side, so probably that's why they just want to have decent top lane, as I said. So
yep,
yeah, I mean,
right.
their
like
team camp looks great with the Kai'Sa set on the bot lane and Rumble ulti on the top, and Aatrox and Lee Sin join the fight. But also, DRX comp is really scary. Better team composition than last game for sure.
And also, DRX have a lot of different ways to play the game here, because they can scale, they can play front to back with their Ornn and Jarvan front line. You can have Varus being protected in the back line with all the peel that Braum will have, and then Chovy on the LeBlanc with all the shenanigans. I feel like this composition works as a pick comp as well, with the Chains of Corruption, the Glacial Fisher out from Braum, as well as LeBlanc Chains being able to lock down targets and really play those smoke and mirrors. I think there's a lot of different ways to play the game as this DRX comp, but on the side of Griffin, they do have a very clean mid game. We can just destroy you and stack up these Drakes and win the game type composition. I think both of these drafts are pretty good.
I agree. Both teams have some team color and good picks, good AD AP balanced, so it just depends on players how they play it. And Irov is on his comfort pick with the Hex Flash set right there.
Yeah, I love it. I actually got completely trolled by his Hex Flash last game because he was using it so much, and like the camera would pan over to the mid lane or something like that, and I just see this set flashing in. I'm like, oh, he flashed, but no, it's just the Hex Flash.
Yeah. And Deft choose just AS Varus right here, not lethality.
I think it's actually much better to go just a normal, consistent damage Varus, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to threaten the Baron nearly as well as they could otherwise. And if this composition's going to go late, that's where they want the game to be. And so having some Baron damage, I think, is a good idea.
I just have one question towards DRX, because normally they wouldn't think about late game that much, but recently when I see their drafts, randomly they're just thinking about the late game too much. I feel like I can see it just from the picking Braum earlier, but before they didn't do that. They just try to get both early leads and try to make carrier moves all around the map. But this time and last time they did the similar strategy, and it didn't work out. But I just want to see why they're keep picking for the late game.
Whoa. That is a flash already.
No aftershock, by the way.
Is going down very low. There's the exhaust. Ignite coming down onto carrier, but first blood going over to Deft. Is it 2 kills? Here is Deft gets all of the extra attack speed, remember, from taking down a champion, and Viper just loses his support in an instant. What was going through Irov's head?
I mean, it's understandable. You just want to use your flash fast and trade because you have Hex Flash. So it was nice try, but Deft instantly flashed out even before he gets stunned. So that was great reaction by Deft. But at the same time, Irov, you are playing as a Braum without aftershock.
Yeah.
So maybe you shouldn't even try that.
That was actually really nicely done from Deft. I don't think many people would expect a flash instantly at the beginning of the game, as Deft manages to push Viper out also. So just really, really nicely done as we check out the pro view of Deft, who just gets himself out of the way. Easy
힐 없어
peasy.
힐 다야.
Oh. He's so calm and collected. Here we go.
Yep, we're back in. I think that Irove might have fixed things, and we'll see whether he can get back to Hex flashing in the bottom lane. As Deft has a gigantic lead, and we'll be able to go back, I think, you know, just a Vampiric Scepter already. Doesn't even need to build a cult. Oh my god. As Pyosik throws down the smite to try and escape here as Yukao gets chained up. Pyosik going to flag and drag to get over, but Tarzan is going to chase. There's the flash out from Pyosik, but they grab the kill. And in goes Chovy trying to get some damage back, but unable to lock down any kill onto Yukao. So evening things up very quickly, Griffin.
Yeah, Pyosik. He literally just gave up double buff, which is so important for Jarvan's early game.
Yeah.
To Rumble, which is so important to get early pressure. So this is really big mistake by Pyosik right there for DRX.
Yeah, scary start. We've seen a few Jarvans have some rough early games as Doran throws out the Bellows Breath, but Hoya going to be winning that trade handily right there.
And yeah, if I was a player, I would be so mad because of the flash, because you died anyway, even if you use flash. And here we go, Foreman dive on both sides.
Yeah, looking for it as Irove is going to start off this fight. Haymaker comes in just to tank up this turret as Deft does fall down, but answers the kill, and Carrier just flashes out. Winter's Bite going to be there as Doran looking for a fight towards the top side. It is going to be a 2-for-1 trade bottom side of the map, but Deft picking up that kill is actually going to help even things out for DragonX.
Wow, Griffin played really well on the both side Foreman dive. When I said Foreman dive plays with Rumble, I was mainly talking about after level 6, but they got early leads because of the Pyosik's early mistakes. And also, on top of it, Hoya cancelled the TP from the top side, so it's great.
Yeah, really nicely done. As Pyosik here, I mean, the Q missing isn't really a big deal because Pyosik was just a little bit too far in the wrong area.
I mean, he just needed to
And
flash
I think
earlier.
the flash positioning was weird too, yeah. I think almost flash flag drag might have been a better idea also. We'll see. But anyway, underneath the turret, Griffin were able to get all of the kills. They do lose Irove, but that's probably not too bad as Tarzan has to flash to pick up the kill onto the Braum, but otherwise everything absolutely fine. This was a big sacrifice from Yukao though. Chovy is double his CS right now.
Oh yeah? Chovy, he's just farming calmly. So it's still great for DRX. But anyways, Griffin made a play. So this is still
true.
This is still great for Griffin. And on top of it, Tarzan has no wins on Lee Sin. So
What the heck? This was one of his best champions when Griffin were so dominant in the LCK. And just shows how much losing Griffin have been doing. I know we were looking at the stats for Gen G last game, and it's like, well, everyone's like 5-0, 4-0. It's because they don't do a lot of losing. Whereas Griffin's a very different side of that coin, where they have been doing a heck of a lot of losing. Doran doesn't, though, on the Ornn. 4-0 so far. And he is winning out this laning phase, as we'd expect. Because Ornn just lanes better than Aatrox. It's very
as
odd.
you mentioned, he just built the Brumble Blast faster enough to get pressure on the top side. And looks like Griffin bot lane is getting pressure slowly. And I just want to see what's going to happen after level 6 on the bot side, because both composition can fight well around the level 6 ultimates. So, yeah.
Yeah.
The bot lane is going to be really
level 4
hot.
now for the bot lane so far. We'll see how long it takes for that level 6 to roll around. Pyosik still yet to find his. And Tarzan getting a little bit closer also. Jarvan focusing more on that farm towards getting that ultimate as quickly as he can. As Hoya gets a great trade onto Doran here. That is not what you want to see as the Ornn player. Really nicely done. Hoya proving himself. We actually were discussing this just the other day. We wanted to see more out of Hoya to really be able to figure out whether or not he is the upgrade that Griffin need on the top side. And I actually wanted to see him play Aatrox because it feels like sort of the standard top lane pick that so many people do pick up. So I'm glad that we do get a bit of an insight into this particular player. So far, not necessarily working out super well as he teleports back to the top lane and tries to even out this farm.
Yeah, and also, as you mentioned, Hoya is performing really well, and especially this split, there are so many good rookie players in LCK, so this is so great for...
Pioshik might just be dead. He flags, he drags, he gets out. We got a little bit of weird observer lag, but that's fine. The escape for the Jarvan was successful, as Hoya was thinking about trying to dive, but I don't think he can do that.
I mean, he's just pushing out 1v2. That's the point. That's the part. And they're getting Drake for free, so this is so great for Griffin.
Yeah, clean. I mean, DragonX still have a slight gold edge, but if Griffin continue getting Drakes, that's exactly what this comp wants to be doing.
Exactly. They just need to win one teamfight with their ultimate combo, and it looks easier for them to do that. For now, though, because when the Varus gets his ulti, then they can actually play around both sides more. And
so far, bottom lane is very even. Back comes through from Deft. He goes back, collects himself his Buildwater Cutlass. We'll see how many daggers he can collect. None, actually, as he just builds out a recurve bow. Now moving towards the Rift Herald, as DragonX wanting to make that sort of aggressive play. As Hoya up here on the top side will crash this wave. We'll see whether he collects any plates or anything like that. Of course, on 10.5, plates are easier to get for melee champions. But I think that Doran will make it back in time, as one plate is taken there from Hoya.
I think Griffin needs to wait a little bit right after when Varus gets Bork. I don't think they can fight against Bork or Varus with the tier Kai'Sa or Manamune Kai'Sa, you know. So
yeah,
I really think they just need to chill a little bit. And this Herald play is so good because Varus cannot join the fight right now.
Nope. They decided to actually stop moving towards that top side of the map as Irove is moving on over. The Rift Herald is down to half health as Deft is now moving on up.
Oh.
And mid lane control is going to be regained by DragonX.
I think it's 50-50.
It's actually a bit strange. I was expecting Griffin to have more control.
Yeah. And it seems like support has level difference right here. Braum is level 6 and Seth is level 5.
Oh, yeah, true. So doesn't have the ultimate available as Haymaker has to be used quite early. Pioshik going to be taking this one down as has to flash Desiro. Chovy putting on a lot of pressure. And Chovy was one of the players that was a bit of a passenger in their last series.
Yeah.
And it's really good to see him performing well here. Even if he hasn't got any kills or anything like that, he's over 20 CS in the lead, and his mid game on this LeBlanc is going to be powered up in this game.
Griffin is just pulling DRX right here because bot lane, automatically minions are pushing towards DRX. So if they just let them get the CS freely, then Kai'Sa is going to get behind.
Yeah, and Deft is going to move on down. He's going to eat up this entire minion wave, and there's not going to be much that Viper can do. With his Hex Flash still available, of course, he likes to put that flash on cooldown as much as he can. As Griffin turn their eyes back towards Shelly once again. Pioshik just going to give it up, I believe, moving towards his Krub camp. And Griffin invest all 5 players for the Rift Herald, and I just don't think this is worth it, to be honest.
Yeah.
They will be able to get some plates with it, but when you've got Deft sitting there by himself, getting further and further ahead bottom lane, it may not be exactly what you want as Griffin.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, Kai'Sa is behind right now, so he needs to get these plates. Otherwise, he's gonna be behind in levels, in CS and golds. So he must get it. And he spawned it, so he's gonna get gold.
Well, there's the Cataclysm. Ornhorn comes down as Hoya. Not gonna get. Oh, he is gonna get knocked up. I thought Doran was almost out of range there, so that's a very dead Aatrox. An even kill score here for DragonX and Griffin as Deft just free farming bottom lane, having a great time.
I think it's time. DRX is ahead from now, because Varus is gonna get Bork after the base, and they can get every single fight right now. And I don't think they can even contest the fight. Because they're...
And we're also so close to Luden's Echo and the extra spell penetration from the LeBlanc as well. She's going to be online at that stage. And without their Aatrox being able to really participate in this game and having Doran so far ahead now, getting that kill for himself is actually huge here. You can see there is a gigantic CS difference between the two. And Doran's just going to get better and better as this game goes on.
Yep, he got it. He got the item. So I don't think Griffin can ever contest the team fight against DRX right now. especially when they have Varus
Yeah.
Braum combo. It's really hard to go through against it. And also,
And you also
yeah.
can't, yeah. I feel like Varus Braum is, I guess, so good because it can do multiple things, right? Like you've got disengage options by using the Braum passive in order to stun anyone that's diving on you, but also you can use it as a pick combo like you're talking about with the level 6. So yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I mean,
stable combination of
it's
champions
really great
here.
to see how they play around the Varus right now. And they just gave up Herald for free. Not for free, actually. They got a lot on both sides, and I don't think they want to give up this for free.
Well, Ward does come over as Irov not going to be able to clear that one out. Carrier and Pyoshik down here. Teleport to come in from Doran, who doesn't have ultimate available just yet. Deft looking to get in position, and he does have his ult ready right now as the dragon does reset. Chovy on the side, but not able to land the chain. Pyoshik taking free damage from this dragon right here. Griffin grouped up as 5. They're holding onto the equalizer as it's taken by Tarzan. Both of the first drakes now for Griffin as Iroh gets the ultimate into the backline. Big equalizer right on top of DragonX's Deft. Has to flash to get out of the way. He finds Viper, but now has to deal with 3 members of Griffin. Both of the bottom laners are dead on DRX's side, and now they're trying to run for their hills. It's a 2-for-2 trade, but having that Drake go over to Griffin is huge for this team.
Wow, Yukal's equalizer was art. That was really beautiful ulti by Yukal. And they got the Drake either, so it was really good, great trade by Griffin right there. And as I said, I thought this teamfight is gonna be not even comparable, because DRX side was really ahead with the item side, but they got stolen and they really wanted to fight because of that. But competition-wise, they got burned. They got burned.
And Chovy actually couldn't participate in this fight, and Deft being able to pick up that kill onto Viper was definitely big. Able to get both of them, in fact, so the Varus is going to be very strong. But it's not going to be enough if he is just collapsed on by the members of Griffin so easily. And Iroh's support set is just really good, man. It's really good. Even though he does weird stuff like flashing level 1 or whatever, but he's when he's in a team fight, he's just able to utilize his kit so nicely to get leads.
I mean, he died for the benefits for the team, you know, not for himself.
Yeah.
So he just sacrificed his KDA for his team, so I think it's great. I mean, he did...
That's a sign of a good player right there.
He did great engage right there. And actually, I'm really happy to see Yuka playing good this series, because I was mainly talking about why Griffin is bad. This main reason why Griffin is performing bad was Yuka not performing great. You know?
And also, we had a lot of expectations. I mean, this is the player that saved KT. This is the player that got Score his title before he retired, you know? Like, Yukal is great at League of Legends, but he just hasn't been the player that we wanted to see in the last few months. So, good to see him performing. He's still behind by a lot of CS to Chovy, but Chovy's very good at farming minion waves. It's something that he's proven a lot. And I think the mid lane is where we're going to be watching for both teams because of Chovy's performance in the last series. And so far, it looks okay, although that team fight didn't necessarily go the way that we wanted it to. And he's an Oblivion Orb away from being very strong in this mid game.
And now, I think Yukal is gonna get Leandris instead of Morello, so it looks really great.
Yeah, he did. Perfect.
And at the same time, I feel like Kaisa is gonna get more stronger, not weaker, against Varus. And especially when he has such a great CC chain, like Lee Sin ulti or Set ulti, so he can jump in really freely.
Yeah,
so
and isn't going to have to worry too much unless Carrier is in a really good position, as Deft does take down the outer turret in the top lane. They extend their lead, but I'm looking at this dragon count and getting really worried for DragonX. Unless DragonX turn around and just win the next 4 dragon fights and get an Infernal Soul with 4 stacks of drakes, that's amazing.
Yeah.
However, if Griffin can still power forward, and especially if they get the next drake, they are on track to get themselves into the best position possible for this more early to mid-game composition that they have for themselves.
I mean, to be honest, Pyoshik's vision control at round 1 was horrible, but he improved a lot on that. But I feel like he trades his ability to vision control a lot, so I didn't see him play aggressive as before.
Yeah.
I want to see more him engaging like a monster.
Good night, Viper. He tries to ulti, but Chovy just kills
That
him.
was good.
There we go. That's called hunting.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm.
Success.
I just want to say, Pyoshik. I just want to say to Pyoshik that he needs to do something for his team when his teammates are not performing that well. And this timing.
And then you'll take back calling him overrated. Yeah. Okay. That's what he has to do. That's how he earns his place. As Chovy just going to push out this wave, and that kill is making me smile as we're getting signs of the Chovy that we're expecting to see. This guy is very, very good, and it did have a great round one. Starzan looking to steal away the blue buff. He does so as Def gets in here, but there's the ultimate onto Def. He hasn't taken any damage though, as Iroh just gets obliterated. Cataclysm onto two members. Kick out onto Pyoshik as Def trying to get into this fight. Hoyer on the bottom side fighting Doran, but off to the side. And that's not what you want to be doing as Chovy comes in, just smacks down onto Yukal, whose equalizer was non-existent in that fight. And DRX are going to look for that 4-stack Infernal Soul. And that is a very scary prospect for Griffin.
What was that play, actually? When they engaged, Kai'Sa was literally just walking through mid lane. And the set went into 1v3 skirmishes, so that was really interesting. And
Iroh's trigger finger is very, very itchy, I think.
나이스. 용 1분이야.
집 갔다가 용 좀.
Yeah, nothing special.
That was just a dead Viper. Yeah.
And yeah, no one could deal a damage, and Seth cannot deal a damage either because he's support. And he was.
Yeah, exactly.
He was not organized.
I mean, we're sort of like, we're remembering Rascal's set and thinking like, oh, he's going to do the ult, it's going to do heaps of damage, and then Iroh does it, and it's like he carries them and lightly places them down. It's like, you'll be okay, this did no damage.
I mean, their team composition, they just need to play as a team. When you think about the chain CC or the ultimate combo, it can be actually wombo combo by them. It's really insane combo. Set ulti into Kai'Sa ulti into Rumble ulti. Oh.
Yeah, even Tarzan being able to join and kick people along an equalizer is just gigantic amounts of damage. And also can really screw with how DRX want to position in teamfights. But we haven't seen that. There's Doran going to get pulled back by the Infernal Chains. Hoyer looking for a teamfight here though, but Pyoshik does have the frontline carrier there as well, alongside him.
Chovy is far.
Remember, Chovy, yeah, he doesn't have the teleport available, and that's why Griffin were looking for the team fight.
So they're looking for mid turret right here, when Chovy can join the fight. And that was great combo by Carry that I explained a lot 1 year ago at Euphoria.
Oh, really? Well, here's the on-horn just to try and guarantee a turret. They are going to do so. Knock-up lands onto Yukal, and Chovy looking for more, but doesn't find the chains. And that's what this comp can do. You can use the on-horn just for that, just to zone them, to guarantee these turrets. And this is going to continue as this game goes on.
I think Griffin is just slowly losing the game. And they're not doing anything anymore. Because, I mean, last team fight, it was not a team fight. It was just throw. So they just need to make a good play as a team. Or just try it, you know? Because it looks like they're just giving up without any fights and they're afraid to take the fight.
And also, as this game goes on, it's going to get worse and worse. So just do something and do it as soon as you can is what we need to see out of this Griffin team. But DRX, they're doing exactly what they need. They just need to sit here and play ping pong, and it's totally fine.
I mean,
everything is okay.
When I said Griffin cannot teamfight, they actually made it. They made the flank and they made really great combos, so they just need to do it again. Because they did before, so I know that they can do it. But it's gonna...
Oh, we've got double Ornn upgrades, dude. Like, Doran is getting very, very strong. 1, 0, and 2 now. He's going to be able to upgrade Deft's Blade of the Ruin King to the Might of the Ruin King. And things are just going to get worse and worse for Griffin.
And look at the damage dealer's item difference. I don't think Kai'Sa can ever talk to Varus right now.
Yeah, no. Not right now.
It's illegal.
Another thing is illegal. We've figured out another law here on Summoner's Rift, and yeah, it does now have the Rage Blade, but unfortunately, when you're basically comparing very similar item builds. Yes, the Varus doesn't have the mobility that a Kai'Sa has, but he's got his Might of the Ruined King. He's building towards his next item, and he's just going to be so much stronger, is Deft. And Zyro takes a bit of a chunk there from the piercing arrow. But Chovy's just building straight into Deathcap's second item.
Oh.
Amazing. That's exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, I mean,
if there's an LS in the chat, I think he's just smiling. Because Chovy's also his favorite mid laner, I think.
Yeah.
He's a big fan.
I mean, everyone respected Chovy a lot because some people are picking BDD for all-pro team for round 1, but some analysts said Chovy is the best mid laner because of his performance as a solo laner. But at round 2, his performance been really cracked. So I'm really happy.
Yeah,
to
we
see
need
it.
to see better, and thankfully now seems to be the time for Chovy to perform. As Doran just building some items in the middle of the river. Does get those together as now Griffin positioning around this Infernal Drake. 4 seconds until that one is available. DragonX wanting to get their second and start stacking up these stats as high as they can go. Deft just staying with Carrier constantly, making sure that peel is going to be available. And yesterday we saw Hummer Life try and play around these Varus compositions 2 games in a row. It was the lethality Varus that time, but this is a composition where the Varus is able to step forward and get damage done, especially if Deft is able to stay clear of where Tarzan is going to be positioned. And as you can see, I mean, Carrier just standing next to Deft all the time. Chovy there just being a nuisance, but does have to flash to get himself out of the way. There's the exhaust onto Viper as the Ornhorn comes in. A lot of damage as the set is the first one to go down. Carrier just standing right in front of this Griffin team composition as Yukao goes golden while the Flame Spitter is up, but Deft does the same thing. It's a triple kill already for the Varus, and that's the ace as DragonX march successfully towards the Baron.
I don't know how to explain this team fight. Yeah, DRX played well, but I was really shocked how they played Griffin. That was really unsynced team fight. I might think this is just full of solo queue players, not they practiced for the LCK right there. Because I got
and you also like think about Griffin as a team and what they're known for. Like, this team is known for late game coordination with any team comp, right? Like, that was always their MO. But now it's just not coming together, and you might say that the team has changed, all this sort of stuff, but Hoya was a trainee for a really long time. Irove as well was Cabby, he was a trainee also for a very long time on this team. So I don't think there's much of an excuse because they do like have a lot of synergy inherently, and they've been playing together for a while. As Deft got into a position in front of a golden Yukal, but had himself his stopwatch, so he survived, and that Varus is so strong right now.
Well, it was really great stopwatch, but it was questionable. W flash first into Varus, and he couldn't have shield because he used W, right? And that was a really great move.
Yeah.
He dodged every single Aatrox Q highlights, and great stopwatch right there.
바론 가자.
Yeah, real clean. Nicely played from Deft. Good to see him back. He had a bit of an awful game before, but now another team fight as Carrier gets thrown back in. Teleport from DRX as there's the Chains of Corruption. And again, Irove is just going to collapse. There's the Cataclysm as Pyoshik has to put it down. The flash out from Yukal. As DRX 2.5 minutes until the next Drake, but they've got a Baron buff ticking and they want to start breaking open this base.
They're getting fat, and I don't think Griffin can teamfight anymore. And
oh my goodness. Oh. Just 1 second, because we have Chovy making the best itemization decision ever. He moved his Rabadon's Death Cap in front of his Luden's Echo so that he doesn't get the Luden's Pulse. He gets the Witch Cap and maximizes the amount of value that he's going to get out of it. That is just incredible.
You are right.
Chovy for MVP, 100%. 100% MVP.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
sorry, I had to talk about it because we talk about it all the time. We get really disappointed. As there's the flash forward from Carrier. They get the knock up onto Irove, looking for another kill. Haymaker comes down, but it's not enough shielding. They take the turret at the same time, and DragonX are done with this game. They want out. They want game number 2, and that's a base broken. That is an attempted flank, but now it's a 4 versus 5, and DragonX are going to welcome Hoya moving over here to try and take them down because This is a squad that should be able to get the work done.
Nice
the
kick.
kickback onto Def doesn't really work
Oh!
from Tarzan, but the equalizer is fantastic. The Varus does fall down as Tarzan, he falls for his trouble, but Pioshik is here. Hoyer in trouble as Chovy still has a whole lot of damage. Double kill for the LeBlanc now as the Nexus turrets have been taken down. Irove respawns as Viper is up and available, but the chains connect and Yukal is in trouble. My god, the damage out of this LeBlanc is insane. Look at that, just popped. Popped from half health so easily in 2 spells as now Viper has to use his ult, but great knock up from Doran. A double kill for Chovy. Unofficial quadra, I think, at this stage as the Nexus is going to be taken down and DRX do win game 1.
That was really quick game by DRX, yeah? 28 minutes. Kind of really stomp, I think. Because maybe some shaky plays by DRX, but when they got into the point that they can win, they just literally snowballed so fast. So
I think this is an example of a game where Chovy is on form.
Yeah.
Because it just looks like a very different DragonX. When they can rely on their mid laner to just perform well, it's very, very different. So just fantastic play out of Chovy.
And it's time to
really good to see.
It's time to vote for
Oh,
POG.
we got to vote. Oh no. Is it just Chovy? I want to vote for Chovy because he upgraded the right Ornn item. I don't think that's the right reason to vote for someone. It can't go to Pioshik. Doran played. Yeah, I think it has to go to Doran.
I think so. I think Doran played really well.
Yeah, he did. And he's the one that upgraded the item as well. So, yeah. I think that's how it worked.
Yeah, I mean...
it's okay, because Brendan Valdez also voted for Doran. Thank you, Brendan. I don't know whether he's allowed to vote, but whatever. It's a scuffed broadcast anyway today, so we can just have as many English caster votes as possible.
Yeah.
I hope it actually comes up. We're going to have the break, and then we're going to talk about the MVP afterwards. And maybe we can just get our graphic design team to add an extra one, an extra English caster vote.
Yeah, nice. I mean, it's great to have DRX performing again pretty well, like round 1, but still, it's game 1, so I just want to see clean 2-0 by DRX.
Yeah, and we need to see them stay consistent as well, because it felt like in their series against T1, they had some good moments, right? But they fell apart and then never recovered afterwards. So now if Griffin are able to challenge DRX, I want to see them actually answer back and rally instead of collapsing under the pressure.
Yeah, and also especially, I just want to shout out to that, because yesterday his performance was not even comparable to Teddy.
Yeah.
He was really not in the game, both games.
And the frustrating thing for Def was that Teddy just played extraordinarily well. Like, it wasn't even a story of like Def isn't very good or anything like that. It's just Teddy was on another level yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, that goes same to Chovy. He got deleted by Faker completely. So I think this is great mental health care.
Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right. And I think it's a really good thing to talk about.
So this is
showing that they can turn it around.
Yeah. I think they still have chance to bounce back and compete for first place with the Genji and T1. So.
And we need this to happen, right? Because all of us analysts have said, like, this DragonX team is really good, and we need that to continue. You know, we need to be proven right so that we can keep our jobs. Yeah. So come on, DragonX, show the world that you're a really good team.
Yeah. They just need to.
This is once again Irove just inting. It's just not. It's not exactly.
Can you
what
actually
really
say
want.
that inting?
Yeah, we say it all the time.
Okay. Yeah, he really.
Well, you can only say it when someone obviously makes a silly mistake.
Oh yeah.
You know. Yeah.
He inted, yes. That was really questionable skill combo right there. And this game, Irove, he did some good plays, but bad plays are getting spotlighted more than good plays. That means that he played bad, simply.
Well, also, like, the thing is with it, like, he made. Like, it's cool to be able to start fights really well, and Irove does do that on his set. I don't think that we should be saying that his set's not good. It's just that he makes plays at any situation, right? He doesn't pay attention to the context of the game, and most of those times were not times to make those plays.
Yeah. Oh, the damage.
That's the unfortunate part. Yeah, that's a lot of Chovy damage.
Yeah, Chovy did a
I
lot.
think he did. And the last passage of play was just Chovy playing with his food before destroying the Nexus. Really, really clean stuff. Just shows that LeBlanc is a very good champion, but also Chovy looking like he's back in form here today. Means that he got a good night's sleep last night or something like that. I think he woke up on the right side of the bed today.
Yeah. And I think this composition was a slightly better version of their last game, as I said. So many good things bringing up today towards DRX. So yeah, let's see what's gonna happen.
Good stuff. Yeah, let's see what happens in game number 2. We'll see you after the break. Dodonga!